Building a community focused on Battlefield is difficult enough, with an oversaturated market of content creators and a limited supply of new content being delivered by DICE. Even so, many players often try to create a Twitch channel and showcase their skills to viewers. Maybe it's not Twitch, maybe you previously tried to stream on Mixer and since it's been shut down moved over to Facebook. Maybe you were focused on YouTube and editing videos is your hobby. Whatever it is, it's a tricky space to try and create a community. But Battlefield as a game has always had a loyal following, and despite whatever troubles the franchise is going through, players try their best to build a community. There is one major factor that has been preventing this for years and years: cheaters. In this video I'm trying to spread awareness of the cheating epidemic, and hopefully with a bit of luck, somebody with some influence might see this and for once something might get done. DICE have remained silent on the issue for as long as I can remember, and since I've been playing Battlefield I don't think I've ever seen an improvement in the cheating issue in any Battlefield game. It's not the fact the game has cheaters, all FPS games have cheaters, it's the fact that they are free to roam without getting banned, with many cheaters clocking up hundreds and hundreds of hours without getting removed from the game. On top of this, they harass and stalk streamers, many of which have a direct link to the franchise through the EA Game Changer program, or in other cases are loyal fans of the franchise, yet still nothing is done. Here you have a clip of Enders, a prominent Battlefield 5 streamer, being targeted by a cheater over a year ago, and then another clip of it happening the other week. Both clips have been shown across Twitter with community managers tagged, DICE tagged, they have seen it, and nothing has been done. How ridiculous is that?
Hi guys on Twitter. So I'm currently streaming right now. I'm getting stream sniped by two blatant aimbotters. They're blackmailing me in the chat here, telling people to add me for cheats, and they're ruining the experience for everyone in my stream, myself, and everyone in this server. So if you actually care about Battlefield, retweet this, because this has been going on since the start of this game and games prior to Battlefield 5, okay? If you care about Battlefield, do something, okay? Retweet it, like it, share it to people, whatever you want to do, because this shit is ridiculous.
From my experience, cheating in Battlefield has been a major problem, starting in the Battlefield 4 days. Now I know people cheated before that on Battlefield 3 and the previous games, but for me, BF4 was where it took a really toxic turn. Any server that you streamed on would potentially get crashed. Any official server you played on would get targeted by cheaters, and although players who cheated could get banned from the community-run servers, they would then just DDoS attack those servers and crash them instead. Imagine if people started crashing Call of Duty Warzone servers, or PUBG servers, or even Fortnite servers. That issue would be fixed within a week. DICE don't seem to have a solution to it though. Battlefield 4 never received any sort of fix, and that toxic environment wasn't addressed at any point, leading to pretty much every single large streamer moving on to stream something else, and only a handful can currently stream BF4. Why aren't those few players DDoSed as well, you ask? Why can they stream Battlefield 4 but the vast majority cannot? Well, they either know the people who DDoS and for some reason get a pass, or the people who DDoS might just have a vendetta against the larger content creators. Back in the day when I streamed for a little bit, one of these people who were DDoSing servers tried to blackmail me, saying they would stop crashing the servers if I paid them around £40 a month. I obviously told them to off, and from then on decided I wouldn't stream Battlefield 4. A noxious and anarchic environment that no one wants to be a part of, Battlefield 4 sadly died when it came to streaming. Moving on to Battlefield 1, things changed a little bit. Streamers could happily settle down and stream on their favourite server without the worry of it being crashed. Those tragic, small-minded basement dwellers couldn't work out how to crash the Battlefield 1 servers, so instead stuck with controlling affairs over on Battlefield 4, something that they still do today. And bear in mind, EA DICE still haven't done anything to fix those issues in Battlefield 4 at all. They just hid their head in the sand and hoped it would all blow over. The major issue we faced on Battlefield 1 though was the cheating epidemic, and I remember it being really bad around a year into Battlefield 1's life. So many people picked up cheats during the first year of that game's life, and even today, on PC at least, the problem is real. It's not that bad on console, as the most annoying thing you'll come across is probably toxic individuals, mouse and keyboard users, and maybe modded controllers, but on PC it was awful. And I have to say, if you were trying to stream that game during one of the epidemics, I suppose you could say, it was almost unplayable, especially from my experience. Streamers were getting targeted by people with only one goal in their life: ruin the streamer's day. The rental server program did, however, make this quite an easy issue to avoid in BF1, as community servers offered lots of different experiences. They banned the cheaters, and that led to a far healthier game and community. Stoddy, The Broken Machine, Maxeek, these are just a few Battlefield streamers that had a large following of Battlefield 1, two of those playing on console, and it was a good move in my opinion in terms of creating a game and platform that catered to communities, and whilst it wasn't perfect, it was so far ahead of the tragic mess that streaming became in Battlefield 4. On from Battlefield 1, we have experienced Battlefield 5 and all the streaming horrors along with it. No private servers on launch, what appears to be no anti-cheat whatsoever in the game, and then to top it all off, for some reason or another, EA won't ban half the obvious cheaters in the game. It can't be an error from the employee responsible for banning people. You can't be that bad at your job. These people are so obvious. They are cheating 100-0 with Lewis guns, aimbotting across the map. Nobody thinks that they're legitimate. They are 100% blatant cheaters. The insolence on show is really quite disgusting, and as a fan of the franchise, I have to say I'm really disappointed. It's not the fact that people are cheating. This happens, as I said before, in most FPS games. Battlefield 5 just has a really bad issue with it, and nothing is being done. It's also the fact that streamers and creators, people that love the game, they love it enough to make content on it, many of which are a smaller creator. They're not earning off that content. They're doing it because they love the franchise, they want to share their experience. They're being targeted, hunted, and harassed with what appears to be very little in the way of assistance from the very people that created the game. Now, this isn't really a direct attack on EA and DICE. I don't know the circumstances. I don't know why they won't step in. But as the evidence against these cheating, toxic, hateful players is so clear, I struggle to get my head around why things aren't changing. The cheating issue needs addressing. Maybe with an official post from DICE and a statement of intent. I'm fine if they're trying to fix this, if they're making moves to make this a better game to stream, and it's not working out for whatever reason. Share that reason with us. How do they plan on fixing this issue? Other big franchises and developers have combated the issue. They've all had cheating epidemics. CSGO, PUBG, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty. You've probably played them and noticed cheaters in the game, but they do try and fix it, and it's an ongoing dialogue with the community. How can we make our game better for you? They're all streamed as well, quite regularly, by a lot of people, while Battlefield really has a handful of streamers and is nowhere to be seen on Twitch. What are DICE doing? Well, with Battlefield 5 they're pulling support and clearly ignoring the streaming community that are publicly begging for help. Imagine the mental health pressures these streamers are dealing with, many of whom rely on the income they get from streaming to supplement their other real life jobs or studies. In my opinion, it's almost the responsibility of DICE to fix this, especially if they care to uphold their image. I'm not giving them an ultimatum, fix it or I'll stop playing your game, but I'm pretty certain many have already stopped playing Battlefield 5 because of issues like this. Enders is one streamer in particular who gets a really rough deal, as I mentioned earlier in the video, and he has sent me a few clips to showcase how bad this is. You might not agree with his opinions on the game, and maybe you don't like watching him for whatever reason, but that doesn't matter. This is about streamers being targeted, and he is one in particular that records his experiences and shares them, trying to raise that awareness and getting things changed. The guy streams all the time alongside his studies. He has a hobby. He plays Battlefield and lets you watch as part of the community. It's a pretty good deal in my opinion. I enjoy his streams very much and often tune in. Unfortunately though, especially with Battlefield 5, I also tune in to constant harassment, toxic players, clans of people chasing him, hateful messages, harmful slurs and insults made against him, and honestly, it makes me sick. As you can see in the background here, the leader of the so-called Beef Clan, the clan that chase him round with multiple cheaters, as you've seen from the clips in the background. And by the way, none of them get banned. DICE don't think these people are cheating. They are trying to get him to stop playing Battlefield 5. That's why they're doing it, apparently. They're cheating, they're ruining his experience. It happens every stream, every single stream, which is why he streams Call of Duty a lot of the time these days, or Titanfall 2, or maybe older Battlefield games. He is being harassed. Now, if I was in DICE in the studio and I was the person in charge of cheating, this is what I'd do straight away. I'd go, Beef Clan, let's look at all the players in the Beef Clan. You can do that literally right away. You can go and look at the clan or the platoon. Oh, they're all cheating. Let's ban those accounts. And then what I'd do as a statement of intent is I'd put somebody in the studio in charge of banning people, and I'd get them to ban any cheaters. Just watch Ender's stream. Watch the stream. When you see someone cheating, ban the player. Done. How about that for a statement of intent from DICE? They won't stand for this sort of behaviour. You might wonder why I personally don't stream anymore. I did it for a bit a few years ago, but stopped. Mainly, it's because any Battlefield 4 server that I streamed on got DDoSed. But also, it's because I don't want to deal with this sort of aggression without any hint of assistance from the very people who made the game. Luckily for me, I don't rely on streaming to bring in an income. I've got my videos and I also have another job in real life. But I'm not going to go through this stress to try and stream. Without RSP in Battlefield 5, the cheaters can run riot, and let's be honest, whilst DICE did belatedly introduce a half-baked private server option to Battlefield 5, it really doesn't do the job properly, and you can't expect a streamer to use that on a daily basis. I don't think I've ever seen a fully populated private server on Battlefield 5. That's the tragic truth that many of you already know. Battlefield cannot be streamed by most people because of the few toxic individuals that appear to have complete control over large parts of the franchise. If DICE have one thing to achieve with the next title, it's controlling and solving the issues raised during this video. Will they do it? Well, history would say it's a possibility. Battlefield 1 was a half-decent game to stream, but Battlefield 4 has never been fixed. They still haven't fixed the issues, which, by the way, are fairly easy to fix. Hide the IPs on Battlelog and force servers to maybe be run through these providers that can offer an anti-DDoS solution, and maybe even run official servers like you did in Battlefield 1. So the people who still buy Battlefield 4, now it's come to Steam as well, aren't going to have their servers crashed. Battlefield 5, though the most modern game, is just a toxic train wreck when it comes to streaming on PC. Who knows what the next game has in store, and I really hope anyone watching this video will spread awareness of this, and let's keep our fingers crossed that DICE are working on something to get it fixed. I'm running really low on patience, but just maybe they've got something in store to help the valued members of their community that they apparently care about. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.